I'm just having a little sort of flick around now just to see what's happened to Russia today, and that's what this video is about over motorised satellite. To be honest, I think it's mostly going to involve the colour black because that's what's mostly happened to Russia today over the European satellites as well. So even having access to things other than the satellite that Sky UK broadcasts on, when you try to access RT, you get the same screen that I've got here. Even on Astra 1, 19 East, and Hotbird 13 East. So we'll start with the obvious, which is the UK satellites. Let's have a look. So Russia Today would normally be in HD, and for some reason it's not even on the list in HD. I don't know why. There you go. You get a nice, still a bit of an EPG is coming through there, a little bit of what's supposed to be on. And just a tone and a black screen on what used to be RT there. Other channels have started though, such as a feed of Talk Radio, which is almost a TV station. It's going to launch as Talk TV, and GB News is kind of like, you know, a sort of biased propaganda of its own, isn't it, in a way? So it's not there on the home satellite, and the Sky EPG number has been withdrawn. It's been withdrawn off Freeview as well, where it was in HD. And what it was doing up until when it was withdrawn, I should have recorded this video a day earlier, really, because they were feeding RT America across, apparently to get around Ofcom rules over the suspension of the license in Europe was the reason for that. But that's gone as well now. So we've got this international section. It's there. So it's a very simple video here. 19 East. It isn't there. But on Hotbird there is something left of Russia Today, and that is the documentary channel, which can be interesting, whatever you think of them. This also streams live online as well, and the documentaries are all available, or seem to be mostly all available. That is still showing as normal, even though the main RT channel isn't. But this ticker seems to hint at a possibility that this may close as well, giving you web locations and telling you to stay tuned. So even advertising TikTok, because that's a bit strange. I thought these documentaries are a bit more long form on here, about half an hour long. How long can TikTok videos be? I'm sure they're a bit longer than 20 seconds, some of them, but I thought there was a bit of a limit on that. So how are you going to get documentaries unless they're just short clips? On TikTok, they seem to be mentioning TikTok, and that has connections with the Chinese state, that does. So it's kind of a strange story to do with TikTok, more than you would realise. So really, I think this is the only channel that you can get. There also used to be an RT Francais. That's gone dark, and that was on... Was it on 19 East? I think it was. But now when you move to that, you get nothing. So that's gone. RT America itself has now closed, and they've made all the staff just suddenly redundant. I wonder why. There is also, and I should have it in the Spain section here, an RTS Spanel, and that was also on Astra 1. There is nothing, and I can't actually think of too many others that there are. So now what I will do in the rest of it is have a look at actual Russian television. Although this was run by the Russian state, allegedly as a propaganda arm, it's had broadcasters on it such as David Frost and George Galloway. Or I might be getting confused with Al Jazeera with him, but George Galloway's been on RT, hasn't he? There is the Russian news channel in Russian. It's still on the air. Let's have a look at that. That's called Russia, and whatever the Russian for 24 is. So we just got to move to Hotbird 13 East for this one. Throughout this situation, this has been on. It's hard to tell what the content is about if you don't speak fluent Russian, though. It looks like business as normal on this station here. And then conversely, you can look at... well, I suppose before we do that, let's have a look at these other Russian channels. Some of these are only dark because the channel listing is out of date and I haven't found the new location, or it's closed. But that one's still there. This one is a general entertainment channel from Russia. So all these are broadcasting as normal on Hotbird 13 East, despite the ongoing situation with Putin's invasion of Ukraine. That one's aimed at Romania, as it says, and There you go, RT and only the documentary channel is on air. So now there is Ukrainian TV. This all seems to be on a satellite. I don't know what it's called, but it's at position 4.8 degrees east. So let's just hope we can move there. Go to this one, and I've already done this in a previous channel flick video. This is, I think, like BBC One in Ukraine. And the telltale thing about, you know, what it's covering right now is, there you go. It's the first time I've actually tuned in and seen some war footage, you know, so something about what's going on. But the telltale thing about it is that it's kind of lined up like a news channel. It's a sort of emergency broadcast, and that it's simulcast across other channels, such as 2+2. In more innocuous times, I remember seeing this broadcast The Simpsons in Ukrainian. There's no time to watch The Simpsons around Kiev now, is there? So there's others as well. Some of the links will be out of date. I'm not sure if that's Ukrainian or what, but that seems to be as normal. The international feed of 1+1 is just the same. And Channel 5 Ukraine. Well, when I last checked this a couple of days ago, that was taking the same broadcast as 1+1, but it looks like it's got its own news broadcast now. And there's also their own Channel 4 as well. Ukraine. Well, it wasn't a black screen when I last checked it. No, there you go. It's also taking the news broadcast though. Looks like an apartment block or something's been hit. So the serious situation in Kiev right now as they try to take control of it. And this one is literally called Kiev Tv. So there is some footage here. Again, it's lined up like a news station. It's hard to know what it's like otherwise. But a lot of these are more general entertainment. I'm not sure about the nation for this one, but it's all about, yeah, it's Ukraine, isn't it? It's another Ukrainian station. And they've got this QR code on screen on most of the channels, and if you check that, it goes to a site to make donations. So that's what that is. Yeah, there you go, Ukrainian 24 as well. Yeah, seems to be the same broadcast in HD as the other channels. So really, RT has gone dark. And the same thing sort of happened if we just sort of finished the channel flick video on this. Is that Ofcom, although we seem quite a liberal country, there used to be the Chinese State Broadcasters Channel on satellite listed, CGTN. It's now been, used to be CCTV, didn't it? And used to have lots of numbered stations. There used to be that, and Press TV, which is linked to the Iranian government. I was going to say regime, but it sounds, you know, theocracy. And those have all been pulled in terms of not having an Ofcom license. But if you go to Hotbird, you can still watch them because they've continued to broadcast on this pan-European satellite. But I'm not sure about Press TV lately. Either the link's wrong or not. If we can't get it, let's just see if we can. Move in there now from 4.8 degrees east. And it's just black. Now, that may not be because of that. There's also Chinese stuff as well. That is no longer broadcast on Sky UK. Or at least there should be. Oh, that one works. That's what. This is the very channel actually that used to be listed on Sky's EPG, the news channel from CGTN. But there's other ones like different numbered ones. CCTV 1, for example, as it is, would be known as the China's BBC One, and then there's, for example, 9 is dedicated to documentaries. Oh, it works now. Oh, there you go. It now works, and it's in English. So there you go. This you can only get on Hotbird 13 East, and it's also on Astra 1, I think. Again, last time I checked, it was. But don't know if it'll work now. But it's partly through not updating the as channels actually move on satellite, sometimes they go HD, and yeah. So I haven't updated some of this in a while. But it does seem to be working off Hotbird 13 East, so we can go there. So there you go. Let's just see how much the news is all about Ukraine right now, because remember, it used to be about COVID, including about a year ago in 21. It was all about COVID both then and in 2020, but now it's all about Ukraine. So let's see, war hotels. Let's have a look at our satellite. Yeah, Ukraine. No, that's now about the cricketer who suddenly died. Seems to be a lot of people in sport that are dying recently. But no, that's not about Ukraine. That is. That's gone dead. That channel's currently available. Well, that's about that's about that. Domestic issues. Somewhere to, at least you can go for somewhere as an alternative for that. Euronews Ukraine. All right, it's a business news there on CNBC, because I know that that's what they do. And that is no longer that channel. Yeah, that's certainly the Turkish channel, and the news is about. And back to the quite simple but less depressing tone of RT's close of broadcast. Now, as far as I know, you can still get RT live despite the closure of RT America, but it's been geo-restricted on the internet, like this. Now, will this work? If I suddenly turn the display device up, we now have the desktop. So I'm just going to have a quick look at this. Ooh, a bit revealing to what we've been watching, but oh well. Let's see. RT Live. That was on YouTube until, well, a few days ago. If you try to access it now, without a VPN, I'm not sure, it just says this channel is not available in your country. But you can still get, I'm not sure, I bet you'd have to set the country to, what you'd have to set the country to. I haven't currently got a VPN to watch that. So RT Documentary is still streaming here. So you don't need a dish, aimed at 13 East. As this will play RT Documentary. With the same message right there. So there you go. Let's just have a look at how the Russian-Ukraine situation is affecting RT on satellite. And what Russian TV you can see. It just looks like business as normal for Russian TV. They're probably not, although I can't speak Russian, they're probably not speaking very much about it on their own news channel. It doesn't even look like they are from the bit that I saw. But that's just a guess really, but it's probably mentioned sparingly on there.